Hello, hello, CraftingMantis here, and welcome back to another episode on the Evermoor SMP. So, I've been doing a little bit of work off camera, and I've got a big project planned for today. We are actually going to be working on our first actual building, which, yeah, I'm super excited for. But let's go ahead and check out what is going on in the base here, and I must, please excuse any stumbles. I ended up biting my tongue really hard yesterday, and yeah, it's kind of swollen, and so I'm having some problems making some of the different sounds because my tongue, yeah, keeps getting caught and stuff. So I do apologize for that if that's kind of coming across with this. But yeah, so this was where the actual trees were. So I did have a spruce and I did have a dark oak. And yeah, I wanted this room to be a bit bigger, but I ran into the stairway that goes down into where the enchanting room is. So this staircase right here. So that was a no-go there. So yeah, we did this right here. I kind of incorporated some of the, design elements from in here and brought it here. Except, of course, I used a stone to kind of put the water around it to, kind of help the trees grow and all that. I know that it doesn't actually work, but, for those that actually use this, we'll say that it works that way. But yeah, so just a little area to grow trees. I haven't really done anything else. I did finally find some chickens, so I can get that set up. But I am definitely not going to be setting those guys up here. This is not going to be my AFK area, because I found something exciting. So let's go ahead and come up here, and in the was it last episode? Oh, and we'll get back to this in just a moment. I'm just gonna fly past the huge elephant in the room, but that's all right. But in one of the previous episodes, I ended up showing you guys the fact that I had what is it? The mine shaft. There we go. There's a mine shaft entrance that I had found, and it's over there. However, there was something really exciting that I ended up finding in that mine shaft. And it's a double spawner. So we've got a cave spider spawner over here, and then over here, it's a skeleton spawner. So two of my favorite spawners in the whole wide world, and they are right next to each other. This made me so happy when I found this. And they are far enough apart that I can actually separate them out. So I could end up setting this guy into like an auto kill. And then this I could, potentially set up as an actual experience farm instead of just a bone farm. So I'm really excited about that. I'm still kind of waffling what I want to do with this. I really like Paisley's idea of doing the, the actual kind of like cave kind of thing. Because especially since you guys have kind of made the suggestion that I do something, like cave systems underneath as kind of like, secret ways for the pirates to be going in and whatnot. But yeah, so that's one of the things that we might end up doing. Either that or just set them up as, like the standard, which is, kind of what I always do with these things. So I might, kind of take Paisley's lead on this one and, and try to get a little bit out of my comfort zone. Well, we'll have to see. But yeah, so I was really excited to find these guys. So that definitely, adds yet another project onto the multitude of projects on my list. But let's go ahead and get back up here so I can show you guys what I had done back at the actual docks. And that was the retaining wall here. So this goes all the way across into the backside over there. So wherever the hill was actually kind of touching the dock area here, I ended up adding in this retaining wall. So it's just basically cobblestone, andesite, and the mossy cobblestone. And then we've got the polished basalt, spruce, and then I added in the blue. So this will have a little element of blue. And then the project that I have for up there also uses the warped. And so we're definitely going to start adding in more of that lovely blue color, which is going to go really well with, our pirate theme here. And then, of course, Blackstone. I've got to get my blackstone in. In fact, the build that we're going to be doing today is going to be using blackstone as well. I just can't get enough of it. But yeah, so I brought the retaining wall all the way over here. I'm not sure if I want to bring the retaining wall out a little bit more and then start like the actual dock buildings, or if we kind of just want to end it here. I left this kind of open. We'll kind of work on it as, as we progress. But I did this little stairwell so that I could actually come up here. And so this is going to end up there's going to be a path that's going to come up here. And it's going to lead up to this right here. This is actually going to be a staircase, because this is going to be the manor house. You're going to have to ignore the diorite. That's actually marking. I was trying to think of a way to kind of connect these things. I was going to do something outside of the building, but right now this is just a giant hole. And that's just to kind of mark it. That way I can deal with it later. But this kind of marks out the actual building, and we're going to put the actual the portal in it, so it's not like out in the middle and nowhere. Granted, it's still still going to be open, because this is all going to be open underneath, and you guys will kind of see that as as we progress through. And then I'm actually going to try to do a time lapse for this one. So we will either be cutting over into a time lapse, or we'll be cutting back to me talking to you guys, because for some reason, I couldn't get the stuff to work. So we'll see how this works. I haven't used the replay mod in 1.16, so we'll see how this goes. I hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse. That was definitely kind of fun to put together. It's been a while since I've actually done a time lapse of a build, and I forgot how fun they are. However, that's not the primary thing for my channel, time lapses and stuff. So we'll see what else we decide to time lapse, especially with how there's some big projects we got going on. Yeah. But yeah. Let me know what you guys think of the time lapse down in the comment section, and I'll see if you guys if you guys like those kind of things, then I will definitely add some more in. Not all the time, but yeah. So this is the it's sort of a Georgian style. It's actually inspired by a Jamaican Georgian. Those are slightly different. They have a lot of these. One of the things I've noticed is like these little areas where like the wind can end up blowing through, and then it also creates a shaded area. Because like normally, like if the Georgian ones like you would see in England, at least what I've seen, they're solid face, and then of course they don't have stuff like this. This is actually inspired by Hyde Hall, which is in Jamaica. And yeah, so we've got this area where they can end up being in the shade, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but it works. And then I moved the portal over here, so it's not fully protected. However, anybody coming in will be able to kind of get into someplace safe if they need to, because we've got this area over here. We'll talk about that in just a moment. And then there's also this one over here as well. So there's definitely plenty of safe spots to end up going. And then it's going to be nice because then they can come out of the portal and you're going to be able to come over here and you're going to be able to see the full harbor from up here, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to build this up here. The manor house, is going to needs to be able to actually see among, all of this. So this is like where the head pirate would end up living. But yeah, and then I added in just some bushes because one of the things that I found is that this was a little bit too much black. In fact, it's still a little bit too much black, but there's not a whole lot of wall choices that would go with this. So we're just going with it. And then this comes up into the main house area, and then I don't know yet if I want to actually put a ceiling on here or not, or if I just kind of want to play around with what's going on with the roof right now. And but yeah, so that is the build. There's definitely a lot of things that needs to get done in punching grass, and in terms of well, not necessarily terraforming. Well, yeah, sort of trees, vegetation. Though I guess that would fall under terraforming. But yeah, there's one tree that I really want to do. However, it is a gigantic tree, and it's one of the trees that they actually were planting for like shade on Jamaica. I forgot the name of it, but it grows, I think they 26 meters tall. So not like, redwood kind of tall, but, pretty tall, and creates lots of shade too. But yeah, and one of the other things that I did off camera was this right here. This is not necessarily finalized because I want to bring the sand over and around, but this is just kind of a basic shape for, it's not even really a cliffside, hillside. We're going to have to call it a hillside because it's definitely not a cliff, which was originally what I was planning on doing over here, but it kind of turned into just, just nice, gentle hill down. So yeah, definitely really, really happy with the way that this ended up turning out. And I'm definitely looking forward to actually starting some of the buildings down here as well. But first, we got to do some terraforming. We've got to get the actual platform ready for us to make our buildings. But we have officially put in our first building. That makes me so happy. Now we can actually, we can start actually planning the city and stuff. So, woohoo! But yeah, so I definitely hope that you guys have enjoyed this episode, and if you did, definitely hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, click the Mantis icon to subscribe, then hit the bell button to get notified when I put out additional content. Want to check out more of my videos? Try the one on the left, or you could check out the playlist on the right. That's it for now, but I'll see you guys in the next episode.